funny thing about obligations in life are they're often chosen by us. They're often chosen by the very people that shy away from them. And the more that we embrace the actual obligations that we give to ourselves, the responsibility that we take on in life, oftentimes the happier we're going to be and the happier the people that are associating with us are going to be. Without that understanding of taking on responsibility in life, I believe we suffer tremendous amounts of misfortune, either through karma or just by virtue of not being able to take up the opportunities that we know we wish we deserve. Really, when it comes down to it, the taking of an opportunity comes down to discipline. And if we don't face the discipline required to use that opportunity, to actually make the very most out of that moment, to show up early, to spend the time to care about the person that we're with, or vibe that we're trying to satisfy, or the intention with which we came there, we're never really going to be able to utilize even the smallest things that we sign up for. So, my name's Turav. I make videos about emotional intelligence every day, and one of the greatest gifts that I gave myself in life was literally saying that anytime I say I'm going to be somewhere and I schedule it, I make sure that I am there. I have missed a couple things in my life for sure, and we all make mistakes. But at the end of the day, I make sure to go out of my way to apologize profusely for wasting the other person's time, but also apologize to myself for wasting my own potential. Listen, scheduling meetings, going out of our way to put our time into someone else's life, especially if there's someone that we're looking for something from, a network, a connection, something that fundamentally will affect us and our lives. Our obligation to keep that up is our obligation to all of our relationships. The way that we do something is the way that we do everything. And I'm of a two-strike philosophy these days because, frankly speaking, if someone fools me once, fair enough. If they fool me twice, I can't let it happen again because it's just not worth my time. And most wise people, most successful people in society fall under this circumstance. They fall in this philosophy because they have been let down so many times and they refuse to let other people down. And that level of excellence really does make all the difference. It's the thing that holds together the very trust that we build over our lifetimes. And why not have that trust? Why not push ourselves harder to establish it and keep it day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year? Because that builds that essential part of us, that spiritual part of us, that when we have that time to celebrate or when we go out alone to enjoy life, or we see that beautiful moment, that it's deeper, that there is a genuine enjoyment that comes from all of the labor that was put in. All of the nutrition, the nutrients that we've created from the soil and the plants that we have planted. It's a big metaphor, but at the end of the day, that's what it comes down to. And I have an outreach operation that has substantially evolved into a nonprofit, a multi-million-dollar nonprofit in a very short period of time. And what it took was a tremendous amount of energy and time and consistency from the people that I left in charge. These people had to work 14 hours a day for months to get to the point where they're getting millions of dollars worth of funding just by word of mouth, just based on the work that they put in. And at the end of the day, that's what it comes down to. It might not be the money that you're looking for. It might be the credit. It might be the opportunity. It might be joy and unique circumstances, novel things in life. And the only way that those are going to fall into our court is if we put in that consistent effort. That when we say we're going to show up, we show up. And not only show up, we show up prepared. We show up giving a shit about the person. We show up looking to learn. We show up with a good, positive attitude. You know, it's like these things are so easy to say, but they're hard to do, especially when we're tasked with something really challenging, something that's necessarily requires us to change our perspective and to adapt and to force ourselves to perhaps have that smile or that optimistic attitude. I was just listening to a song, Raindrops Are Falling on My Head, but that doesn't mean my eyes will soon be turning red. My friend, showing up consistently and being let down again and again and again when other people don't show up, that gives us a lot of reason to be fed up with other people. It gives us a lot of reason to not be that excellent version of ourselves. But as I always say to myself, and hopefully to the people that are watching this, you're not in a competition with people that are not trying to do that level of excellence, not trying to serve at your level. You're in an altogether different category. And so we need to embrace that part of ourselves. And when the situation comes when someone inevitably lets us down, or a circumstance isn't exactly what we thought it was going to be, or our funding falls through, or our business isn't doing well, or our family, someone dies in our family, whatever it is, those tremendous things that come up in life, it's our responsibility to take a step back and rest on the effort that we've put in, on the love that we've put in. Because at least that is just raw data. It's raw mass, raw potential. And at least that is there to make us feel like we're here for a reason. You know, at the end of the day, I do all this Terabify stuff because I want to be vulnerable with the world. I want to tell the story, the difficulty, the lack of love in my childhood that was required to make me into the person that I am today. You know, perhaps that's playing the victim. But really, who are the people in society that show up every time, that smile more than others, that make initiatives that are larger than themselves? They're the ones that lost that, or somehow were missing that when they were little, or sometime in life. That's where that potential comes from. And so, if you are not so consistent, maybe think about struggling a little bit more. I'm not sure who I was watching online, but they were talking about this really funny. They were talking to a bunch of graduate students in, I think, Harvard or MIT or one of these big schools. And he was saying that, I wish ample amounts of pain and suffering onto you, because that is what makes you capable of establishing a character that can hold people up, that people can actually hold on to a degree. There's immense truth in that in life. And my friend, if you're watching this video and you made it to this point, you know what I'm talking about. To a degree, you understand that it is the pain that has made you, and it is the pain that keeps you paying attention. In some ways, it is that pain that has created who you are right now, as someone that is powerful enough to shape the very fabric of the universe around you. My friend, use this power and hold other people to that standard. And if they don't hit that standard, do not hesitate to eliminate that from your life. At least on a consistent basis. I'm not talking about being ruthless and letting family drift away, or letting close friends that you've known for a long time drift away, but cage that. Don't allow it to permeate your life. If your standards are high, if your feeling of self-worth is dwindled by other people not showing up, then why spend time with those people? I've spent a lot of time in my life spending time with people that I probably shouldn't have been spending time with. And I sedated myself. I drank, I smoked to make those other people feel good. To make myself, my brain, my heart, my spirit dwindled so that I can go and associate at that level. And I say this in the humblest way because I have a long way to go, but my friend, it was the wrong thing to do. The job of a leader is not to go down to other people's levels. And I'm not talking every person. I'm talking about the person that really doesn't spend the time and effort to build themselves up consistently, day after day, hour after hour. The job of a leader is to bring other people up to their level, to show them that this is possible. That this is a standard that is worth upholding. One of my staff said something really interesting in their personal, professional, financial goals statement. They said, I want to be the type of person in a room that can butt in mid-conversation and have everyone listening. How is that achieved? By dedication, day after day. Actualize your potential catalyst. This world needs you. Take care of yourself. If you made it to the end, smash that like button and throw me a comment about something that pissed you off about people's lack of consistency. I'd love to hear it. If you want to reach me anywhere, I'm available. I'm a real person, I swear. So let me know. Take care.